The elimination strategy. Let's destroy the myth that banking needs to be complicated, expensive, and controlled by corporate giants. Sidrabank has identified the core problem that every traditional financial institution refuses to acknowledge. Middlemen are parasites that extract wealth without adding genuine value. Here's the brutal reality of conventional banking. Every transaction you make feeds multiple intermediaries. Your bank charges fees, clearinghouses take cuts, payment processors extract percentages, and regulatory compliance adds layers of bureaucratic taxation. By the time your money reaches its destination, it's been diminished by a dozen different entities. Sidrabank obliterates this entire parasitic ecosystem. Their peer-to-peer blockchain infrastructure connects users directly, eliminating every unnecessary middleman. No clearinghouses, no correspondent banks, no payment processors skimming profits from your transactions, but here's where it gets revolutionary. Sidrabank doesn't just reduce fees, they've architected a system where the traditional concept of banking fees becomes irrelevant. The blockchain handles verification, the network provides security, and smart contracts execute transactions automatically. This isn't incremental improvement, this is complete systemic replacement. The ethical architecture. Now let's address why Sidrabank's ethical foundation isn't just marketing fluff. It's strategic genius that creates sustainable competitive advantages traditional banks cannot replicate. Sharia-compliant finance eliminates interest-based exploitation and speculative gambling that destabilizes entire economies. Instead of profiting from debt slavery, Sidrabank operates on risk-sharing principles that align institutional success with user prosperity. This creates psychological and economic dynamics that traditional banks fear. Customer loyalty based on genuine value rather than trapped dependency. Consider the implications. Sidrabank users aren't charged penalties for insufficient funds, aren't trapped by predatory lending practices, and aren't subjected to algorithmic discrimination in loan approvals. The system is designed to enhance user financial health rather than extract maximum profit from user financial distress. Before we dive into SidraCoin's deflationary mechanics that could reshape cryptocurrency economics, smash that like button if you're realizing how fundamentally broken traditional banking actually is. Hit subscribe with notifications, because Sidrabank's innovations are just the beginning of a complete financial system overhaul. The token revolution. SidraCoin isn't just another speculative cryptocurrency, it's the operational fuel of a complete financial ecosystem that traditional monetary systems cannot compete with. Here's the engineering brilliance. SidraCoin employs deflationary mechanics that automatically increase scarcity through transaction burning. Every time someone uses the system, tokens are permanently removed from circulation, creating mathematical value appreciation for all holders. But the real innovation lies in the governance integration. SidraCoin holders don't just own tokens, they own voting rights in the platform's evolution. This transforms users from customers into stakeholders with genuine decision-making power. Traditional banks are owned by shareholders who prioritize profit extraction. Sidrabank is governed by users who prioritize system optimization. This fundamental difference creates aligned incentives that traditional finance cannot replicate without destroying their profit models. The deflationary pressure combined with increasing utility creates a mathematical impossibility for traditional currencies, money that becomes more valuable through usage rather than speculation. The Mainnet transformation. Here's the revelation that changes everything. Sidrabank's Mainnet launch isn't just a technical upgrade, it's the deployment of financial infrastructure that makes traditional banking systems obsolete overnight. The Mainnet processes transactions at speeds that make current payment systems look glacial. We're talking about settlement times measured in seconds rather than days, with throughput capabilities that exceed Visa and MasterCard combined. But speed is just the surface-level advantage. The real disruption lies in the cost structure. Sidrabank's blockchain eliminates the infrastructure costs that force traditional banks to charge fees. No physical branches, no armies of compliance officers, no legacy system maintenance costs. This creates pricing competition that traditional banks literally cannot match without destroying their business models. They're locked into expensive infrastructure, while Sidrabank operates on mathematical algorithms that scale infinitely without proportional cost increases. The peer-to-peer verification system eliminates the weeks-long account opening processes that traditional banks use to maintain artificial scarcity. Sidrabank users can be fully verified and transacting within hours, not weeks. If this analysis is opening your eyes to the inevitable collapse of traditional banking monopolies, show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing for more financial revolution content. Your engagement helps me continue exposing the innovations that are quietly reshaping the entire global economy. Sidrabank represents more than banking innovation. It's the blueprint for financial systems that serve humanity rather than exploit it. Whether traditional banks adapt or become obsolete will depend on their willingness to abandon profit extraction models that have dominated finance for centuries. The convergence of ethical principles, cutting-edge technology, and user-centric design has created something unprecedented, a financial system that becomes more valuable and efficient as more people use it. Thank you for joining me on TJ Crypto World for this exploration of financial evolution. If you want to stay ahead of the innovations that are quietly revolutionizing money itself, check out my recent analysis of the 3 blockchain projects that could replace traditional payment systems entirely. The link is right here. Until next time, keep questioning financial orthodoxy, keep researching transformative technologies, and remember, in the battle between innovation and tradition, mathematics always wins.